you know, two of our next guests are no strangers to Lucasfilm Productions. They've gone from either designing the Death Star to being integrated into the fastest hunk of junk in the galaxy. But now they can both be seen facing off against one another this summer in Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Please give it up for Mads Mikkelsen, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, and the man tasked with keeping them in line, director James Mangold. Look at these two right here in the front. They showed up to Star Wars Celebration dressed as Indiana Jones, just with their fingers crossed. With their fingers crossed, hoping y'all were gonna be here. How's it feel to be out here?
It's wonderful. It's
fantastic.
Yeah, incredible.
I gotta know, James. So you're sort of taking over director duties from Steven Spielberg. No pressure, no big deal.
Yeah, no big deal.
What did you feel like you had to nail to both make this an Indiana Jones movie, a classic Indiana Jones movie, but also kind of make it your own movie and a movie that you're making with this new collaborative team?
Well, Steven's work is something, I mean, these movies are something I grew up with. I saw the first Indiana Jones in upstate New York when I was 17 years old, and it changed my life. Also, Steven's work and George's work has been a part of my life ever since I had a Super 8 camera in my hand, with my teens, so that in some ways, I felt like, yes, it's a big job taking over for Steven, but in other ways, his style is something I've been studying and admiring all my life. So it was just a matter, and it's been a huge influence on my work even before I stepped into a movie like this. So I tried to just stay inside my own voice, but also, I mean, as I think people will see when they see the film, the first 25 minutes or so is me doing my very best to channel Steven 100%.
Yeah, I mean, like you're saying, it's impossible, I think, to be working in film today without being influenced or touched in some way by their work. So, yeah, I would imagine it kind of just gets in there no matter what you're doing. Okay, now's the part where I ask things and you say, very little. Tell us about your characters.
Yes.
This is Helena, and I play Jürgen Voller. I'm German. From the 30s, if that rings a bell. I'm also a scientist. I think that's all I'm allowed to say.
Great, perfect. That's actually about 15 words more than I thought you'd be able to. So we're doing good. Phoebe, how about you?
I play. Wow! Hi everyone. This is unbelievable. I can't believe it. I play Helena, who is Indy's long-lost goddaughter, who comes back and gives him a bit of a fright later on in her life.
Yeah, and I know this is something that none of us can know the answer to right now, but we're all trying to figure out whose daughter you are. And there are so many theories. Have you been watching them? Have you found any of them interesting? This is something you also can't answer.
Absolutely can't answer, yeah, sorry. No, you're going to have to wait and see, but it's a wonderful revelation.
I can give you a hunch.
Whoa! Whoa! Complex, layered relationships in this one, everybody. No, but one of the things that I love about this is it is set, you know, a bit later on, right? One of my favorite things in the trailer is the scene, the shot of Indy sitting down next to a kid on the subway with a astronaut helmet on. And so things have definitely changed. How has the world sort of changed for Indiana Jones, and how do the two of you, I mean, you obviously come from Indy's past, we've seen.
Yeah.
But how do you all fit into this sort of like space age world now? Because we think of Indiana Jones as very like Republic serial World War II, you know?
I guess this is your time. It's not Indy's time, it's not my time. I think both Indy and Jürgen Voller are kind of lost in the past. Just look at the way they dress. But they also have dreams that has nothing to do with the present. 69 is just a phase. You have to get over it. Something better is out there. That's how my character sees it.
Got it.
Well, it's a great point. You know, the 60s are a kind of huge period of change from a kind of, it's the arrival of modernism. It's the arrival of cynicism. It's the arrival of realpolitik and triangulation and wars where we're not even sure who we're rooting for anymore, and the Cold War and nuclear power and moon landings. And so one way or another, we were going to have to make a movie that took place in this period. So the movie is really interesting the way as it opens, and you find Indy, it's no longer fashionable, that kind of hero. And he kind of proves his worth again in the course of the movie. But the time period has a really interesting effect on the story, of course.
Did it allow you, I mean, obviously we think of globetrotting as well. Were there any fun locations that you all went to? Was there a favorite that you got to see? That once again, they're all doing this thing where it's like, we can't even tell you where we shot, man.
Oh,
We went to Sicily, Morocco,
Yeah.
and they were and Glasgow was extraordinary. Woo! Glasgow!
we love Glasgow.
Glasgow's energy is off the wall. It's incredible. They all were, actually. We were really blessed with these different incredible places. I loved Morocco. It was just a real, it was just such an immersive experience, and all the action sequences we did there were just, it really added to it, the fact that we were there.
Yeah. No, you're just like, yeah, Morocco was good. Yeah.
Morocco rocked. Yeah. No, I was a big fan of Sicily. There's something very Indiana Jones about Sicily. It was the roughness of the island. It was just like very much down the alley of what this film is all about, and the beauty at the same time.
And the food.
And the food.
My God, the pasta.
You're just planning half the film around like what y'all are going to be eating. I love it. Let me ask you this: this is not your first time working on a Lucasfilm production on something like this. What was it like coming back? Were there any tips that you had for people who were new working to this sort of crew and this sort of production?
Well, I mean, it's such an extraordinary thing working on movies that have this scale, and it's such a gift to be able to experience that. And I thought that I might be sort of a bit more prepared, having done Solo and seen something on that scale, but I wasn't. The marvel of it is extraordinary every single time, and you really feel like you are living the adventures. So there is something so beautiful about being able to feel like you're really in that world when you're on that set, because sometimes they're 360 sets, and you just look around, you're actually in a tomb, and you just can believe it. I feel like all that stuff really actually happened to me.
Was that an interesting experience, like a challenge for you, directing on the volume and in sort of those digital?
We never directed.
Never did volume.
No.
No.
We did real shit.
That's amazing. That's great. So.
I don't even know what volume is.
It's a miraculous LCD screen that creates a background behind you, and they don't have to build it.
Yeah, I did that.
We built it, or
yeah,
we went
you
there.
did that.
Yeah,
You've
did it.
seen that, yeah, for sure. But not on Indy. I love that. That's cool. Have you two seen your characters being cosplayed here yet?
This is the first room I'm in, so
Yeah.
if anyone is
Look around.
my character, raise their hand.
Jürgen
Ursos?
Voller cosplayer would scare me.
They should be careful.
I'm not sure we want to find him.
No, apparently
Not
not. No.
They're
not
out
today.
there. They're out there. Have you seen
Helena?
pictures of people cosplaying your characters?
Not yet, no. Have you?
Not yet.
I've seen something of you. Yes, little midriff tied, the mid-picture look.
Oh, I can't wait. Reveal yourselves.
It's amazing. Well, I want to ask you all, is there anything that you'd like to tell the audience, anything you'd like to say to the people at home about this movie? Anything you'd like to say to the fans before they go?
We hope you love it. We loved making it. I mean, it's not complicated. It was a real, it was a thrill, not just the scale of the movie, but to work with a legend like Harrison, producers like Kathy Kennedy, George Lucas, Steven Spielberg. And to have the miraculous John Williams at 91 years old, writing a kick-ass score, 2 hours of music by that man.
Wow.
So fasten your seatbelts. We can't wait for you to see it.
Oh my gosh. We're all so excited. Thank you so much. James Mangold, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Mads Mikkelsen, thank you for being here.